This is part 3 of modeling an army flashlight, and I want to get started right away with fixing up these things here. These things got to go. Alright, so I'm going to delete them, and then I'm going to come in, and in edge selection I'm going to select one of these edges, Shift D and P to make a new object out of it. And I'm going to have to turn on my screen passkeys. Okay, so let's do that. Oops. Okay, so this thing has to be converted to a curve, and I'm going to come in here and find it here, and I'm going to call it curve. Okay, I'll be using that in a little bit. Okay, so with that thing selected, I'm going to go Shift A and bring in a UV sphere, but let's knock this down to say 12 and even 6. All right, look from the front, pull it out to the side, and go into edit mode and wireframe, and let's delete all of these, and let's delete all of these. Let's box select these and E to extrude. Let's pull them down a ways. Let's go back into solid and we'll select it, and let's just scale it down and start pushing it in. And let's look from the side here. Let's make sure I get them all. So I'll go into wireframe, box select these. I'm going to pull them down again. To scale the whole thing down now, and just keep shaping this to the way I like it. Something like this. Let's get it again. Look from the front and push it in. Let's scale this in the X a bit, flatten it out, but I do want some of that curvature. And we'll push it down like that. Maybe we'll scale it in the X a little bit more. Push it, let's see how that would look. Let's put on a subdivision surface of just one and smooth. Okay. I think I'm going to like that a lot better when it's done. Okay, so let's set the origin of that thing there. The 3D cursor's there. I don't know if that matters or not. Okay, with that done, let's add an array. I guess we're going to go in the Y. So let's zero that out, and just start bringing them out like this. Bringing up the count. Okay, let's give that a try. Okay, I'm going to actually move that above the subdivision surface. So there's my array, is it? Yeah. And now I'm going to add a curve modifier, and I'm going to choose that curve. Go in the Y though. Yeah, I'm going to have to flip them. Okay, so let's select them, and let's go RY 90 minus, and back into object mode. Upside down. Okay, select it, RY 90. And that should do it. Okay, now that's going to bring them in and out. The Y is going to turn around. The X is going to bring them up and down. So that's going to bring them in. And the X brings them up and down. Let's just have a look at that. All right, that's going to look better. At this point, I can just go ahead and apply those and get rid of the curve. No, I can't. I got to apply it. Did I not apply it? I guess I applied the subdivision surface, which is fine because it would be nice to join them to this anyhow. It really would be. Have one less thing to worry about. Okay, so great. That's done. we have some issues up here that I did not foresee, not being an engineer and not designing this myself, in terms of putting in the bulb and the bulb fixture, if we can call it that. So we will get to that in a minute. What I'd like to do is, I think, select this, Shift S, cursor to selected, and I'm going to bring in an empty arrows and bring this above, just to help make it easier to move stuff. So I got to select this piece there, and this piece, and then this piece last, and go Control P to parent and select. So now I can just grab this and I can move this along, and I do want to do that. I'm going to do the same for this piece. Select that, and this, actually let's make it empty first. Let's select that, Shift S, cursor to selected, and we'll bring in another empty, just arrows again. There we go. Select this, and then this last, Control P. There we go. Okay, so now I can move these guys around. Okay, so here's what the deal is. When I click this on here, and that's all fine, and take this and put it on here, I need to think about a few things. First of all, where is the bulb going to go, and the glass? And second of all, this ring here, which I had shrunk down, you know, to do the thread, should have been flush with this front piece here, so that it's a nice solid line through there, instead of having this in the way. So I got a few things to think about, but before we do that, let's just move these out of the way. Let's make the bulb and the bulb apparatus, and I was thinking of having them attach here, and so you'll see what I'm getting at in a bit. So what I want to do is I want to grab that ring there, Shift D, P to make it a new object, so that I got that, set origin to geometry, and even cursor to selected. So I can work on that. I get the double line, that's because I've got solidify on, so I'll take that off. And I want to work on making the bulb apparatus out of this, and I want it to fit inside, so I'm going to just globally scale, so something like that, so it would fit in. All right, and I can make a little groove if I want to, or something. And let me adjust the size of that. So let's say we just move that to there. I'll do Shift S, cursor selected again, and let's go into edit mode, select it, and really it would be better if I hid some of this stuff, right? So if I take that and hide, there, I got a bit more room now. Okay, good enough. Okay, so this thing would go ES. Let's bring it right to like that, and then back. All right, this does not have to be fancy. I'm not even sure it's going to be seen. And I think for the moment I'll just come out straight like that, and then we'll put on solidify. I'm going to bring it above. I like it above. Let's try a 0.1. Okay, and a little bit more we need is on the back. Let's extrude back a ways, like that. Bring in an edge, not that one. Bring in an edge loop here, and we'll do one here too. And we'll do one here. We may be doing some on the inside. Okay, let's smooth this. And that's about all the detail I would need. What if that was to fit in there somehow with a bulb, a very simple bulb? Okay, so let's think about that. Why don't we grab this edge here, Shift D and P to make it a new object. Set the origin to geometry and cursor to selected. When we scale it down, get rid of the solidify. And here's what I was thinking. I was thinking of just, what? Just what? How about just going out for now? You know, like that. And I mean, I don't know, am I going to make a metal piece for this? If I did E and S, it would come out. Let's go back one. Bring it out further. What if I solidified that? Let's try. I like to bring it up, as I said. I could try 0.1 again. Let's see how thick that is. Maybe a bit too thick. 0.05. You know, to make like a bulb housing. And okay, let's stop screwing around. Let's hide that. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and apply that, and then we can adjust this now. I know this won't be seen, so I just don't know. You know, something like that. And then, again, steel. Okay, that's fine. Shift D and P. Make a bulb out of that. And when I say a bulb, I mean this. With a little bit more on the end, perhaps. I'm not going to do the threading. I'll put solidify on that in a bit. That would be it. Now that might be too long, actually. I'm not worried about it going to the end of this. Let's bring that back. Well, I guess I brought back everything. Let's hide this and this. Okay, no, that's not bad. Okay, let's scale Shift Y. Like that. Let's bring everything back. So I was thinking, where was I thinking of putting it here, right? Did I say that? I can bring the bulb. I lost the bulb. Well, let's join some things together then. Let's join some stuff. Let's hide that and that. And see what I can do. So they all have some, let's see, let's do that. That and this, join those two. And the bulb, maybe I got to do separate if I do a material on there. So I was thinking of, let's say that was there. Let's bring everything else back. If that was there and then this slid on here, okay, and then this one came on here. Okay, so that's the bulb, and then let's figure out where the glass is going to go. Again, this is not going to be exactly the same. Okay, I would like the glass to fit into here, and I'll show you. There's something I want to do first, though, if I can. I think I'm going to have to... What if I hide the solidify? No, I get that. I think I'm going to apply the solidify on this and turn off the subdivision surface, and I want to try to work on this. I'll show you what I want to do. I want to get rid of these grooves and make this a flatter surface. I think I can just select those and go Control plus a couple of times and delete those faces, and then just Shift Alt and click those and Control E, bridge those edge loops. And I think I can do the same thing right here. And then I could probably even get rid of all these X and dissolve edges, and I would get that. I might need to bring an edge loop out to sharpen it, and we may have to sharpen this up, but I would do that. So let's go ahead and, actually before I sharpen that up, I want to think about this as well. Well, no, that doesn't matter. I can go ahead and do this first. So let's turn that off for a second, just see what I got here. All right, well, let's bring an edge loop down here. And let's do one more here. And let's just see if that does what we need it to do for now. Well, that does that. That's not what I wanted. Okay, let's get rid of this edge loop and see what's going on with this. Okay, here's where we need it. Okay, like that. Save that. Okie doke. So, now it's like this. So that would go on here, right? And I could have the the glass in there. I'm just thinking as I do this. All right, so here's the other issue. It's this thing joining to this. Now, if I wanted to just take this and turn off that, and let's try to get a little further. I think that's all I need. Scale Shift Y. I would have to pull it all the way into there to almost make it flush. And that's a little bit too much. All right, I don't like that anyhow. So what I think I'm going to have to do is somehow I'm going to have to smooth this out. So I'm going to Shift H, so that's all I have to deal with. And come in here, turn off the subdivision surface, and have a closer look at this. You know what I'm thinking of doing? Let's try this. If I got rid of all of that, we'll try this. Can I just take this one and this one? Because of the stuff inside. Let's not do that. Just thinking, switch it to, yeah, that's easier. That's easier. That's what I needed to do. That's what I needed to do. Okay, so they're angled. There we go. They're angled in. That's what all right. All right. Just get my bearings. See where the angle is. Here. And there. Sometimes I can't see it. Maybe I can get rid of that one too. See what happens if I get rid of those faces. Did I miss something? Hang on. I don't think I like that. Let's try this. There's no guarantee, you know. And then that does that. So I may not like that part there. We'll have a look at that. Looks okay. What that would give me the ability to do is to narrow this a little bit. Now, just before I do that, can I get rid of some of this insanity in here and rebuild those edge loops where I need them? We're going to give that a try. Even that one. All right. Better. Okie doke. With that done, let's bring back the other stuff. Take this and bring it in. Take this and put back the subdivision surface and see how far out I can push this. Scale Shift Y before I start getting that stuff. Okay, a small amount. All right, well, maybe that was too much. All right, well, let's switch over to this for a moment. I'll put edge loops on that in a bit. Let's take this, Scale Shift Y. Let's see how far I can pull this in before it looks ridiculous. I mean, I could live with that, so let's come back over to this and start putting some edge loops in. Yeah, I see that we will have to do more. We'll have to do some more work. We're going to have to come out a bit further than that. I don't want this too much thicker. So let's try. Oh yeah, there was something else I was thinking I could try to do. So let's grab this and move it out again. Let's try this. Let's bring that out. Let's hide that for a second and see what's going on underneath here. See, these, and maybe these, and maybe these. Can I get rid of those without breaking through to the surface? Without violating too many laws. Let's do this. Let's get rid of these edge loops once again. Grab these faces. Scale Shift Y. To there, eh? Okay. So the thread goes on there. Let's try what? Let's come in a bit more. I don't want this part too sharp. Let's take this and this. Just think about that. That's not too bad. And then we'll put a mirror in. I keep saying mirror, but I mean light. No, I don't mean light. I mean piece of glass. And the piece of glass, I was thinking, could just go in. And where would it sit? Maybe this has to go back and it would sit in front of that. I'm not really thinking of all the technical aspects of what would hold this and what would hold that. Maybe I should. Let's just try for the moment. Shift G and P, and will I have solidify? Yeah. I didn't really look to see the diameter, but let's just see what happens if I take this. A little bit of thickness, edge loops. Just subdivision surface. Could that go on there? What would hold it? Unless I had a little ring there. Or do I care? And there it is. I mean, in some of these pictures, it's a ways in. All right, we see the way that's nice and smooth there? That's not what I had planned for. And I'm close. If I could just fix this up a bit more in terms of the thickness of that. This one, you know, it's kind of thick, but in this one, you know, it's relatively thick. Mine is probably just a bit thicker. And that was part of the design issue. What can I do? That's not what I want to do. Make it a bit shorter and have it do that. Or not worry about it. Even if I narrow this ever so slightly more, you know, unless there's anything else I can do inside there. I don't think that did anything really. That might be as good as I can get it, and that might be just fine. Maybe I can tighten that up. Okay, let's do this. Let's keep that on there. Let's move this out. Well, it's not going to get much tighter than that. I don't know that I want it to be. Well, I think I could come like that. I think I'm going to use another edge loop here, though. In fact, I might want one more here anyhow. Let's just see what that... almost getting too sharp for my liking. Let's try that. I just want to see. Okay, no, that doesn't do that. Okay, I don't actually particularly like it as much. I think I prefer it a little bit less sharp than that. Okay, you're going on there, and you're there. I'm just trying different things. Well, that would work if I just shorten it a little bit here, if I can, and I should be able to. Okay, so let's deselect, and I just like the new vertex. Let's grab all of this. Although on the other hand, maybe just that. Let me see how far back I have to come. Let's come back one more. Let's have a look at that. And then I can sharpen that. That's about as good as it's going to get. Well, no, that's not true. That's as good as it's going to get. Yeah. So that's what it's going to be like. Okay? With the glass in there and the bulb. And the mirror held there somehow. So what I'll do is... what I think I'd like to do is I'm going to... by the way, one thing I like to do is to come over here and turn this on into, not there, into wire there, and then I can you know, see through. I'll leave that like that for now. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that for this video. So we managed to do those things here, and what we have left to do is the switch, maybe that circle, and then materials and stuff. Okay, so I'll leave that for next part. Thanks for watching.